Hello and good night, Saints. This is Sister Donna coming to you with words of encouragement in response to Facebook request prayers I received in my inbox recently. Today is March 17, 2013. We know right now that Satan is a lion seeking whom he may devour, worm in this earth, seeking whom he can get to fall, and character, basically. He's not so much concerned about taking physical possessions, even though he'll take those things for you to get you to come out of character, the character of Christ as a saint. I'm going to start reading out of James chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfected and entire, wanting nothing." Did you hear that? To me, that's telling me that God is coming back for a perfect people. That's not what I've been told in my churches all my life. I've been told that you can sin until the day you die and you'll never be perfect. But that's not what my Bible said. It said he's coming back for a perfect people. It said that you may be perfected and entire, wanting nothing. Well, let's go see what these perfect characteristics are. Did you know that character is the only thing that you'll take to heaven? Everything that is down here of you will pass away, even your flesh. You do not take this body with you when you go to heaven. None of these earthly possessions. The only thing that God is going to bring into heaven is a character perfected in him. And what are those characteristics? We're going to go to Galatians chapter 5. Verses 22 to 23. It says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, meekness, faith, temperance. Against there is no such law." I wonder why there is not a law against these things. These things to me sound like they're the opposite of sin. Sin is the transgression of the law, and these are opposite. That's why there's no law against them. I also wanted to read something from one of my most favorite author. Her name is Sister Ellen G. White. This is out of a book called Mind, Character, and Personality from Sister Ellen G. White. It says, "Our Heavenly Father measures and weighs every trial before he permits it to come unto the believer. He considers the circumstances, the strength of the one who is to stand under the prevailing and test of God, and he never permits the temptations to be greater than the capacity to resist. If the soul is overborne, the person overpowered, this can never be charged to God as failing to give strength and grace. But the one tempted was not vigilant and prayerful, and did not appreciate by faith the provisions God had abundantly in store for him. Christ never failed a believer in his hour of combat. The believer must claim the promises and meet the foe in the name of the Lord, and he will know nothing like failure." Powerful. Also, one of my favorite, from my favorite author as well, Ellen G. White, "We are too quickly discouraged and earnestly cry for the trial to be removed from us, when we should plead for patience to endure and grace to overcome." That's Testimonies, Volume 1, page 310. And I'm going to read one more before I close tonight. It says, "It is the obstacles that make men strong. It is difficulties, conflict, rebuffs that make men moral sinews. Too much ease in avoiding responsibility have made weaklings and dwarfed those who ought to be responsible men of moral power and strong spiritual muscle." That's Testimonies, Volume 3, page 495. Did you know that we are dwarfed when we don't suffer these things? How can God perfect the character in us if he doesn't give us tools and he doesn't send these things our way so we can gain the tools to overcome, to perfect that thing in us? Think about these things as you go to sleep tonight, as you worry about your trials and your tribulations and things that you may have fallen into, and ask God to help you to overcome every obstacle. And it is doable, because the Bible tells me and you that he's coming back